There's a lot of people that are deceived, you know, thinking that they're justified by keeping the law, by keeping the Sabbath day, by being circumcised, by, because when Jesus in Matthew 7, when he was talking about when the Son of Man, talking about himself, returns after the days of the immediately after the days of the tribulation, says, many in that day will say unto him, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, healed the sick in your name, cast out devils in your name, done many mighty wonderful works in your name? And Jesus said, I will say unto them, depart from me, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. And the Greek word actually means lawlessness. And see, we've got to understand what that means, because Jesus is that prophet like unto Moses, whom Jehovah said, him shall they hear and everything that he shall speak, for he will speak everything I command him to speak. That's why Jesus constantly was recorded in the Gospels by his disciples as saying, the Father works hitherto, I work hitherto. I can do nothing of myself, for what I hear the Father say, those things I say. What I see him do, those things I do. The Father works hitherto, I work hitherto. We need to understand, whatsoever is not of faith is sin, Romans 14:23. That's the lawlessness, whatsoever is not of faith. Because as Jesus in John chapter 5, when he healed the lame man by the pool of Bethesda on the Sabbath day and commanded him to pick up his bed and walk with it, which was not lawful to do on the Sabbath. The Jews got him to set it back down. Jesus found him later in the temple and said, look, you're made whole of your plague. Go and sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you. His sin was, as he obeyed the righteousness by the law, and not the righteousness of God, which is through the faith of Jesus Christ, that Paul is describing in Philippians chapter 3. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that it is the law that holds us under the weak and beggarly elements of the world also, which Paul describes in Galatians chapter 4. The law was just merely to show us our sin, to bring us unto Christ. That's why he says the law is the end of, Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believes. We need to understand the truth. Amen.